Hi guys, my name is Alexa.
And I'm Matt.
And we're back for the second part of our Salesperson's Guide to Video series. And today we're talking about the mobile setup. Chances are you guys aren't professional videographers, you're just salespeople trying to connect with your clients. And that's why we recommend the mobile setup. It's just really one of the most convenient video setups you can do. You can use it anywhere. And I think smartphones these days are really just made to do some awesome video.
The wonderful thing about the mobile setup is that all you really need is your phone. We have accessories, but you don't have to use them. You can just use your phone. When I was applying to BombBomb, part of the application process was submitting a video of yourself, just covering 3 points about why you would be a good fit for this position. And so I was in Los Angeles at the time while I was working on my application. I met up with a friend and we went to the Santa Monica Pier and decided to go on the roller coaster. And I'd been talking with my buddy about, this job I was applying for and the video that I need to make for it. And he was like, dude, you should just do this video on the roller coaster. He's like, just use your phone. I was like, of course, that makes so much sense because I'm applying to work at a company that focuses on simple video and the importance of being able to do simple video. So I just got out my phone and shot my application video on the roller coaster there. Hey, I'm Matt Mead. I'm currently in Los Angeles, but I live in Colorado Springs. Love Colorado. Super excited about getting to work for a company like BombBomb. Now I work here.
Oh, now you work here.
You always have this device on you. So whenever there's an opportunity to shoot a video, whether it's just you talking to the camera about just ranting or talking about your day, or just capturing something that's going on in the area, you can just pull out your phone and do that.
Mobile video is really great for introducing yourself. You can get really creative since you can take your video anywhere. So now we're going to start talking about 2 different setups for mobile. I'm going to talk about the basic setup and just the bare minimal things you need to get started there. And then Matt is going to talk about our pro setup and he's going to show you guys some pretty cool gear that you can get for your mobile videos. So the first thing you're going to need to get started, obviously, is your smartphone. So smartphones these days are basically built to have pretty great video cameras, but one thing I would recommend if you plan to take a lot of mobile videos, I would say get a more recent phone. For instance, I used to have an iPhone 6 and the video was okay, but it just really didn't compare to the newer iPhones. So if you really want your video to stand out, I suggest getting a newer model. It's an investment to get a nicer phone, but if you're using it all the time, it's definitely worth it. Another key tip I have for you guys with taking phone videos is sometimes your case covers the video camera and the quality isn't as good. I learned this when I had a life-proof case on my phone and the video quality was terrible. So you might want to try taking videos with your phone case off, or you can get phone cases that don't cover the camera at all, so the quality is still great. So the next investment we recommend is a selfie stick, and this costs under $10. And don't be embarrassed by the selfie stick. It really has incredible benefits. For instance, it's easier to hold. You can hold your phone farther away and get more in the shot, and it stabilizes your shot. So really, for under $10, you can't go wrong with a selfie stick. So the last thing we recommend is this Gorilla tripod. It's very small, it's super light, so you can just throw it in your purse or bag, and then it has bendable legs. So you can attach this to anything. So if you're on the go and you really need a video of yourself from a little bit of a distance, but you don't have anyone there to take it, this is where this will come in handy. You can attach this to a tree, to your car, basically anything where it won't fall off, but these grip pretty tight, and then you can just press record and get your videos done pretty easily. You also can kind of knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. If you wanted just to get this, you can kind of hold it out like a selfie stick and it'll stabilize your videos the same way. It might be a little harder to hold than a selfie stick, but if you are in a pinch and you need this to work as a selfie stick, you could totally use it. So for the basic setup, super cheap, super easy, I just recommend these 2 things plus your phone, and you're good to go, really.
I'm going to talk about the pro setup for mobile and a few accessories that you can use. But I don't want the accessories to get in the way of you using video, because all you need is a phone. If you have a phone, you can get started right now. One great accessory for your phone is the mobile lens. You have the case, you put the case on your phone, and then you just attach the lens onto the case right over the camera. And all of a sudden, you have a nice Very nice wide angle shot. This is a really great lens. I've shot a lot of stuff on it. So I highly recommend the Moment wide angle lens. Another great accessory is the iPhone Shure mic. It's so easy to use. You basically just take it out of the case. This is what it looks like. You can take the cover off if you want. Shot right there. Plug it into your iPhone, and it's pretty much ready to go. There's also an app you can download that allows you to make adjustments to the microphone, which is really nifty. So you can make all sorts of tweaks and adjust how it's recording the audio. But it's also just plug and play. You can plug it in there and it'll become your default microphone for your phone. So this is a nice setup right here because you have the wide angle lens on, you have the Shure microphone. You can set your camera on your phone to record 4K. So you're recording really high resolution footage. Next we have everyone's favorite, the DJI Gimbal. We actually have the newer edition here. Still probably not charged, but it's super easy to use. The only thing you have to really worry about with the gimbal is just making sure that it's balanced before you turn it on. Otherwise, you'll hear the motor just kind of freaking out. Otherwise, you just kind of pop it in there, make sure that it's balanced, and then power it up, and it's super stable. So this is what it looks like once it's powered up. As you can see, it just stabilizes all the movement. When you hold the trigger, it'll lock it in place. So you can find a point that you're focused on, hold the trigger, it'll stay focused on that spot. All sorts of cool things you can do with the gimbal. And it's always nice to have some kind of tripod on hand. Even if you don't have a DSLR, you can use it for your phone. Like here, you can buy an adapter, or if you have a selfie stick, most of them will attach to the plate for the tripod. So I just screwed on the selfie stick onto the plate, and then you can just attach it onto the tripod, and then easily just pop your phone in there, and then you're ready to record a video on your phone on your tripod. It's a no-brainer. This should always be in the back of your car, so that if you're on the go, all you need is to grab your phone, grab the tripod, and throw this up somewhere, and you can shoot a quick little video in a sweet location. Okay, so here's a couple ways you can use the mobile setup. You'd use it for product or service tours, casual testimonials, great to meet you videos, just checking in, appointment confirmations, follow-ups, invitations, and reminders. Okay, so here are a few tips for shooting mobile videos. Make sure there's enough light on your face, but that you're not blinded or like squinting into the camera, because that can be kind of weird and distracting. Also make sure there's not too much light behind you and you're dark. And also midday can be harsh to shoot in because the sun can be right above you and it creates harsh shadows on your face. So ideally, like overcast is great. You have nice diffuse lighting. Also make sure it's not too windy when you're recording your video, because the microphone will just pick up the wind gusting through the mic. It'll be hard to hear you. And that's actually when the Shure microphone comes in handy, because it has a windscreen built on. So the audio quality is not as affected by the wind. Another tip for shooting on mobile, make sure to keep an arm's distance out so that it's not like a close-up on your face. People, you want to be able to frame your head well in the shot so that it's not just like a close-up of your nose or something. We've also found that people engage more if you're moving rather than just like standing in one place. Sometimes it's better just to stand in one place if it's a cool location and it's functional and quiet and there's no distractions. But a lot of people find walk and talk videos more engaging. So if you can, and this is where the gimbal comes in handy, because that'll completely stabilize your walk. It's a little trickier when you're just doing handheld. Sometimes it's fine. It depends on the kind of stabilization your camera has. But if you don't have a gimbal and your camera stabilization isn't great, there's some apps, like Instagram has an app called Hyperlapse, which basically just stabilizes your video. I'm gonna do a quick one here where I'm just moving around. It completely stabilizes all the movement. So the Hyperlapse app is great for like a walk and talk video if all you have is your phone, if you don't have any gimbal to help you stabilize the video. Another important tip is when you're recording your video on your phone and you have your selfie camera going, make sure that you're not looking at yourself the whole time. You're actually looking in the lens versus looking at your face, because people, when they're playing back your video, to them it'll look like you're looking off from the camera. So sometimes what I do actually, because I mean the selfie cameras these days are great, but even better is the back-facing camera, because this is the one, this shoots high definition. This shoots 4K. Most of the iPhones shoot 4K on their back camera now. So just so that I'm not even like tempted to look at my face, because it's such a bad habit sometimes, I'll flip it over and I'll just shoot the 4K. So I get more clarity, more resolution. You can shoot at 24 frames a second if you like that look better, which I do. So you have a lot more options in terms of the record quality. And then you don't have to worry about yourself glancing onto the screen and pulling your eyes off camera.
So another great way to use your mobile video is for social. So obviously Instagram, like Instagram Stories and IGTV, those are specifically formatted for you to take those videos on your phone. So you can easily just hold your phone out, selfie stick, and then you're gonna get great video for your IGTV and Instagram Stories. On top of that, we also suggest using your phone for Facebook Lives. So it's great to be in an interesting place for your Facebook Lives. Chances are you just aren't sitting in your office, so that's where we highly recommend using your phone. Another thing that's becoming more and more popular is Facebook Highlights. So if you want to start getting at the top of people's feeds in Facebook, we highly suggest using Facebook Highlights. And to do that, you can also use your phone, because that's also formatted vertically rather than horizontal. So if you just recorded some video on your phone, there might be a chance you want to edit it. And lucky for you, there's tons of apps on your phone that you can download that are free. One that we have used and recommend is Flyer. I believe this is a free app and it'll help you edit your videos. But I mean, the whole point of using your phone is it's all right there, it's always on you, it's easy, and the app will just be with you always as well. And so you can easily take your video, edit it, post it, all in one place, even if you aren't home. And that's just one of the reasons we love the mobile setup.
Yeah, I mean, one of the advantages of being entirely mobile is that you do have all these apps that are immediately accessible, where you can edit it, you can fine tune it, you can make your video, you can add a filter to the footage, you can make your video look however you want it to look.
So speaking of so many apps, BombBomb has a new app, our inbox app, and that we love because just like video is on your phone, it's always easy and accessible, your email is now easy and accessible, and you can easily take a video in your car, a video outside of your office, and then you can easily email it through the inbox app, and it's so convenient, and we just love that about this new app. So one example of a good time to use inbox is if you just had a meeting with a client at a coffee shop, you get in your car and you want to send a follow-up video to them right then and there. Not only can you film and record the video in your car on your phone, but you can also send it right there on your phone in the inbox app. And it's just so convenient for you guys.
Let's do one right now. Hey, this is Matt.
And Alexa. So those are all of our tips and gear recommendations for the mobile setup. I hope you guys found that informative. And next time we're going to be talking all about the studio setup. So you won't want to miss that.